This is not financial advice. I am not a professional stock trader, nor am I a financial advisor of any kind. I make no guarantees, nor do I offer any promises of any kind with the processes or information in this video. Okay, so we have looked at our key levels. We have looked at my pre-market zone and my measured moves. Now it's time to look at the exponential moving averages that I use. So we're going to go ahead and rewind this pre-market back. Let's take this measured move back some. And I don't think we need to worry about the top, as we know nothing's going to hit it. Let's take this back. And what we're going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 15. Okay. And I'm going to show you the EMAs I use. So if I don't have it on the screen, I go, actually, you know what? Let me go down to the 1 minute. And do I have any indicators? My thing acts so crazy with me sometimes. Let me just zoom in here and make sure. Okay. All right. Nothing. Okay. Bring it back. Bring it back. All right. So let me hit indicators. I want moving average exponential. All right. You see that this popped up here. So what I want to do is I want to adjust the settings. I hit settings, and let me see, I want to change the length. I want to go to 5. This is what I use. I go to 5, and I'm going to keep it blue, and I'm going to put it on 3, have it at 100% so that I can see the line, okay? Then the next one I'm going to do is the EMA on here. Here this goes. Okay, does this to me sometimes. Let's spread this out. Let me hit one of these lines. All right. So when I hit that, and I'm going to change this one to pink. Make sure it's up all the way. Hit that. You could use any colors that you want. These are the colors I use because they work for me. I'm not telling you what to do, not giving you any advice. I'm just telling you if you decide to use, this EMA scheme, then you can use it. And you don't like the colors I use, then there you go. Oh, did I put in the? Let's see. Did I put in the? Yeah. Okay. Put it in. All right. And then. I'll tell you what I didn't put in. Okay, I didn't change the input. So I got the 5. And then I got the 20. And I need one more. Moving average exponential again. Let me see if this one works. Not working. So I'm going to go ahead and double click. I'm going to put 50 on this one. 5, the 20, and the 50. Hit OK. Oh, I keep forgetting stuff. And the color I use on this, more than a lot, is red. I put that at a nice solid 3 so that I can see that. And now you see my exponential moving averages that I use showing up across the screen, okay? Now this is in the pre-market, all right? So, what you're looking for, I'm looking for buy signals and sell signals here. And what I'm looking for is I go ahead and open this up. This is on the 1 minute, but what I switch between the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute, like all day long, all the time, okay? So okay. Let me make sure we are at the end. We are not. go. So I switch between the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, and the 1-minute chart. All right. So if you're looking at the 15-minute chart, this is what you're seeing. Okay. Now this is the optimal EMA setup that I want to see when I am buying puts. You see the EMA 5 is coming down, it's on the bottom, EMA 20 is in the middle, EMA 50 is on top. This is the optimal setup for me, okay? And you can see all the candles are like bouncing off of the 5. Some of the wicks are coming over, but all the candles are bouncing off the 5 basically and heading down. That's what I would like to see in a bearish day, and I'm taking puts, okay? Let's go to the 5. And you basically see almost the same thing. See the same setup, 5, 20, 50. You see it coming down all day. You see some of these candles now are a little different. There's more candles, first of all. Second of all, they're a little different because some of them are coming over the line. Not only is the wicks coming over, but a lot of the candles coming over too, okay? Then you got some that are actually over between the 5 and the 20 a few times, okay? Now let's look at the 1. And as you look at the 1, this is the same, all the same day, by the way, okay? So as you look at the 1, of course you got more. They're all 1-minute candles. So you really have to scroll in to see the movements. So we're gonna do that. Let's go into the beginning of the day here. And let's kind of put it like this because that's gonna, you see the same setup, 5, 20, 50. But this time, you notice that the lines cross in certain places. See that? See y'all? See the cross there, the cross there. You notice the 20 came below the 5. Okay. So scroll out. So in the beginning of the day here, you got the 5 coming in, and you see how it crossed over in pre-market, okay? Coming down, and they start dropping. But now on the 5 and the 15-minute, you didn't see these moves. They just were coming down, down, down. You didn't really see any pullbacks. This is why you come down to the 1-minute chart from the 5 if you don't see anything, and you come down to the 5 from the 15 if you don't see anything, okay? Because you won't see these moves on a higher time frame, all right? That's why I was telling everybody I look for my entrances and my exits on the 1-minute because I can see microscopic moves that are happening within 1 minute on this chart that I cannot see on the 5. For instance, let's click back to the 5. I really hate that it does this. Okay, so now we're back on the 5. Same day, all right? Look at that. Now, more or less, it's less movements. So each one of these candles are 5 minutes. You got to remember that. So when you go down to the 1 minute, this is going to be broken up 5 separate ways. This is going to be broken up. Every one of these are going to be broken up 5 separate ways. So each one of these candles are going to be represented by 5 candles. So you can see the movement of what's going on within the candle. Okay? You look at the 1. Let me see here. Hold on one sec. Yep. Guess they didn't want anything. All right. And that first 5-minute candle is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're probably saying, I know that, but I think we forget that. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we click back on the 5-minute, and all that is consolidated within this first candle. And you see it's running down. Now you look at the 15-minute, and you hardly see anything bouncing above that line. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see 5-minute moves from here because each one of these candles is 3 candles in the 5 minutes. This is why you have to go down. As this candle's coming in, I usually will be watching the 1 minute as stuff is coming across. Okay, and then I want to see where that first 15-minute candle closes. That's usually my thing. Okay, and as I'm watching that, I'm watching my EMAs, and I'm looking for buy and sell signals. Okay, so the way that I do it is like this. Let's say I'm watching the 1 minute. I don't know why it keeps doing this to me, guys. Okay, that's Friday the 7th. Usually watching the 1 minute, and I'm zoomed in here where I can see the 1 minute pretty good. And I'm watching them come across my screen. So, bam, first thing I see right here is a sell signal. Now, how do I know that's a sell signal? Telling me more than likely this thing is probably going down. This is how I do it. I look at this 5 EMA, which I want on the bottom if I'm going to be buying puts, and I want the 20 in the middle. I want the 50 on top. Okay, remember I told you this was an optimal setup for me. So the first thing I'm looking for is this candle to close solidly between the 5 and the 20. Okay, that's closing solid between the 5 and the 20. All right. Now, I don't mean wick. I don't mean this. I don't mean, let's see if I could find, you see this one right here where the wick comes over but and the candle's a little in? Nope, not a buy signal. This right here is a weak buy signal. This right here is a buy signal. This is not a buy signal. This right here where the body of the candle is under the 5 EMA, but the wick is extended, that is not a sell signal. I'm sorry, if I'm on a red candle, I mean sell signal. If I'm on a green candle, I mean buy signal, okay? So if I confuse you, hold on, let me go back over that. This is a sell signal because it's red, and there's a solid part of the body closed out between the 5 and the 20. There it is right there. Between the 5 and the 20, a solid piece of this candle closed, okay, between these guys. That's how I do it. Now, this is not a signal for me to jump out, even though you see this. If I was playing a put coming down here and I seen this, this is like a warning. And then you see that 5 EMA coming down, but then it's jumping up. This is like a warning that it may go up. And then for a perfect example, we get a buy signal right next to it. Why is it a buy signal? It's a buy signal because it closes solidly green between the 5 EMA and the 20 EMA. That's a buy signal. So when I let everybody see my charts and you start seeing these, when you're looking across my charts, you see SS, that means sell signal, okay? I'll put that there, and you will usually see an arrow pointing to where I spotted that out, right there, okay? Then when I have a buy signal, I do the same thing. This is what you're seeing. You're seeing a candle close solidly. When I say solid, I mean the top here, or the bottom, what have you, or the bottom like this, solid in here, okay? Whether it has a wick or not. Not the wick, not one corner, both corners, solid. That's what I look for. And then here, we have a buy signal. That's how I distinguish my buy signals and my sell signals, okay? That's how. This is a solid buy signal. And what happened? It went up. This is a solid sell signal. What happened? It went down. Okay. This is a solid sell signal. Okay, telling you that it's going to go back the other way. Look at the next one is a doji. Now this is a doji. This has a lot of buy pressure. If you really look at that, you have to learn how to read candles, and I'll make another video telling you how I do that. Basically, a lot of buy pressure from the bottom right here, pushing up into the trying to turn this green, but the sellers, it pushed up to here and the sellers said no, and it closed here. But then look at the next candle, green. So a lot of times I'm just waiting, man. I won't get in. I'll see these things, but I won't get in because look, if I jumped in here and moved down here, how big of a move is that? That is 275.09. Came down to 273.66. I mean, I could have gotten in. If I get in here good and it gets to here and I'm getting out somewhere here, I guess, that's a good move. Or if I just figure this thing is going down and look at that, if I can determine this some kind of way, by watching the EMA, looking at my pre-market zone, looking at my measured moves, looking at my signals. So let's pick out another sell signal. Okay, no particular order or anything. I'm just going to show you another solid sell signal. This is another solid sell signal right here. Right. Then let's pick out another solid sell signal. I would say this is a solid sell signal here. Okay. Bam. And look what happens after you get this solid sell signal. Look at that. You get a little run down. Okay. So if you're here, I get in. Let's say I get in here. I bought it. Comes down. Jumps back. I have to make decisions within here to sell some of my position or keep it, and let's see if it plays out the way I wanted to play out. And let's say I get in here and I make the right decisions and look at, now I'm here. And look at my 5 EMH running down with me. Look at the 20 running down with me. Look at the 50 running down with me. Okay? We broke below right here the resistance of this day line and came down. So now I could sit here and I could keep showing you buy signals, but I think you get the point. Okay? If you missed this one, now a lot of times too, I will not just jump in on the first buy signal I see or sell signal I see. I want confirmation. Okay? So I use everything that I do. When I put it all together, I use it all. I use it all. Confirmation, confirmation, confirmations. I just won't just see this and jump in, If I see this, I seen this green, I seen it coming up, it bounced off this 50. That means that it got pushed back down. It jumped to 50 and got pushed back down. I learned how to read the story of these candles, okay? Then it came open here, it got pushed down to here. From a sales signal perspective, made a sell signal because there's more selling pressure than there is buying pressure. Then bam, we jumped out here, it fell to here, but the buyers pushed it up to here, but the seller said no, it came up here, the seller said no, that's it, pushed it back down. So if I was going to get in here, the options look good and I was looking at a put, I seen this sell signal, I wouldn't get in here. I would get in here if I was going to get in. If I needed more confirmation, I'd let this one close out and I'd get in here. But I got to let this close, and I kind of got to let this close if I'm new to this. Okay? And I'd get in here. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the other screen, looking at the option numbers. And then this jumps in here. Let's say you got in on this candle. Let's say you got in about right here. You got like a 274 put right here. Okay? Let's say you got in right here. Then this thing came in. You seen this candle coming in under the 5 EMA. It's coming down and drops. And what does it drop for? You got in at what, 274.15, like right here we said, and then you it's dropping, and now it's down to 273. It's dropping. You're all in the money there. So I wouldn't blame you if you got out like right about here or something. I wouldn't blame you. That's a win. Take it. You know, I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just telling you what I would do. That's a win. I would take it. That's it. Good way to start my day. Okay? Good way. But I'm just telling you what I would do. And I use this with my lines, with my moving back and forth. I don't just jump in. I mean, there's a lot of things I do. Okay? Now, if I'm back at the 15-minute here, why does it keep going all the way back there? That's kind of getting on my nerves. Okay, now, those first 15 1-minute candles are all in here. And look at that move. We're down here. So if I jump back to the 15, I see all red. The next candle's coming in. And I'm like, should I get out? I'm over here saying, where am I at? Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry about this. I don't know why it's moving like this. All right. So I'm at the 1 minute. I think because I'm not zoomed all the way in. At the 1 minute. And I'm watching these first candles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bottom of the 15th here at 273. Let's say I rode this all the way down. Or I got in here, and I'm riding it down to here. I'm still in, and I'm starting to see this green come in. Now, what I would do, and we're just going to go ahead and box this so we can see this. 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to go ahead and just put any color that we will distinguish there real quick. Just put that color. Okay, let's jump back to the 15. Man, this is annoying that it's doing that. It usually doesn't do this. Okay, I guess since I want to record. So, are those 15 candles, okay, starting from here, that's what all this is. So I'd be checking this to see this candle closed here. I'm all red. Now I'm over here. This is candles shooting up and down. And while this is doing that, I'm going to come back, check my 5. What do I got? Yeah, annoying. Okay, check my 5. What do I got? Look, I got all red. Then I'm going to check my 1. What do I got? And this is literally why I'm in the trade, man. I'm in the trade here. Okay. So where's the next candle going to end? Let's see. So this is the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Right there, that green one. Okay. Now let's jump back to the 5. Jesus Christ, it's just picking any number it wants to and jumping back there, huh? Okay. So, we're on the 5 minute. And look at that. We're still all red, but yet on the 1 minute, we see green all up in here. Now that green, so that doesn't shake me out, I jump up to the 5 and the 15. I probably will just jump up to the 5 if I'm in the trade and I'm still seeing red. And I'll probably keep watching the 5, jumping back and forth, and then I'll see the 5 do this, and then I'll come to this point here at 7:05. I'm starting to see green on the 5 minute. So what do? I run back over here to the 1 minute. You know, and I say, what do I do? What do I do here? Let me see. And look at that. we're starting to get green going up. Could this be telling me to get the hell out? That's probably what I would decipher it as. I had a good run from here to here. Should I be greedy and take some losses, or should I get out with a win and get back in later? I think I'll get out with a win, get back in later, and I probably sold some contracts on the way down and got my money back, and then played with house money and doubled it up. It's probably what I did. But that's simply how I use my 5, my 20, and my 50. If a candle is, or if a candle has closed, let me zoom in here real tight, real good to show you on the 1 minute. A candle has closed between the 5 EMA and the 20 EMA solidly. Both tops are in there, and it's solidly in there like this. Even this, whether it has a wick or not, that's a solid sell signal to me if it's red. This is a solid buy signal to me if it is green. Those are not the only things I use to get in out of a trade, though. I use everything in conjunction with each other, and I'm showing you what I do, okay? So coming across, this would be, yes, a buy signal. This would be a sell signal. This would be a sell signal. This would not be a sell signal. This would not be a buy signal. But however, being that the wick has broken the 5 and is coming up, this is a warning. And then this happens. This is a warning, but this is a straight up buy signal right here, okay? But those wicks, you have to pay attention. This is a warning, okay? Now this here, see this wick outside of this? This is not a warning. This is just bouncing off the 5 and getting pushed back down. But this bend right here is somewhat of a warning. This, to me, is not a warning because the wick is not crossing this 5 EMA. Now if I come over here, really, with these candles, you see green here, but I still see red. When this candle closes, when it closes, I see red. Why do I see red? I see red because this wick did not break this 5 EMA. It bounced off and came back down. So the sales pressure, the sellers said, nope, brought it back down. So to me, that's still green. I'm staying in the trade right here. I'm letting this, I seen this, but then look how far down it is. Look at the gap. And then this one's coming in. I'm not going to get shaken out. I'm going to let this close, especially if I was in way up here and I've sold contracts off coming down. I only got a few contracts or got my runners left at this point or a runner. I'm going to see what this, and this happens. This closes and it does this. This is like a semi-warning that it may be going back up, but it's not a warning. And then look at the next one. Gets pushed back down. Look at the next one. You see green, I see red. Because of why? Because the wick is not even touching that line. Then we got red. So I'd probably stick it out. And then right here, this is still not a buy signal. This is a somewhat semi-warning to me. Right here, I'm like, uh-oh. But it still closed out red on the bottom of the 5 EMA. Look at this, we bounced off again, but it broke through, but we bounced off. It got pushed back down. The solid part is closed down here. Every single candle tells me a story, and I pay attention. Okay, so I'd still be in it. You see green, I see red. Okay. I'm not even thinking about getting out yet. Uh-oh, we got it touching. That's like a semi-warning. Then I see red, but the red is getting smaller here. So I'm thinking this might be time to get out of here. Next, I let this close. This next candle comes in. It closes green, but this wick is close. Now I'm saying, uh-oh. I'm putting in my thing and my numbers, and I'm about ready to get out. I let this close. This next one closed solidly. It's jumping up and down here. I'm out. Because look at that. It's getting solid. And if I look back, look at that. That's how that's how I'm able to get out at the right times. I may lose a few cents, but that's just on my runner. And that's why I'm winning so much on the get out. This candle comes, I'm gone. I'm out of there, man. I won all the way down. I won. I flipped that for like 60%. I won, I'm out. Then look at this. Look at start coming up. Why? Because this is a solid buy signal and it's a big one. And then look what we got. Look what we got coming, coming, coming. So at this point, honestly, when I start seeing this, this is when I'll start looking at calls. If I'm deciding to get out, I'm starting to look at calls and then I'm looking at my EMAs. And then I see the EMA coming up here and I'm saying, uh-oh, we're starting to cross here. So right about here, this is what? This is 272. I'll probably be looking at a 272 call, even though it's over the money here. Okay, 272 is what? Down here. I'll probably still be looking at a 272, and if it's decent, I probably would take it. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I would do. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you this is how I do it. And I see this crossover, and then if this 273 is good, I'm probably going to pick up that 272 and that 273, and I'm going to ride them both up. Doing the same thing I did over there, just now it's green. Okay, and I'm going to ride them up. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. But then when I get here, I notice that this 50 is not crossing. So that's kind of a signal within itself for me to say, hey, I probably need to get out of these calls. It's probably not going to go up too much more, but then it's at 273.09. I'm winning on that 272 in the money I bought. That 273, I don't know. Okay, then I see this bend. And if I see this bend and I'm not seeing this 50 starting to arc downward, I'm probably going to get out in here somewhere on both of them. And guess what? I win again. You know, my 273 jumps up to what? 273.40. I'm probably going to, by the time I get out, it's probably going to be about 273.10 or 15. Okay, I picked up a little bit and I picked up a nice little chunk running up with the 272. Then look what happens. Bam. I was in for a second. I got out. Cool with me. Still won. Okay, cool with me. But look at my 5. My 5 is between my 20 and my 50. To me, that's not a good sign. So I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to let this thing recalculate and do what it does. I'm not going to let my trades turn red. I'm going to get out with the win, with the dub. Okay? And then look at 5 EMA crosses back down. And then look at we're setting up again. And then look at, we get down here. And then we're doing this. So guess what I'm doing? I'm waiting. If I'm going by this EMA, I'm waiting. But I got other things that I have in place that I go by too. So I'm not worried about it. I might have something that told me to get in here to come down here. Okay? Maybe my sales pressure zone told me to get in here and come down. Maybe looking at this 50 not crossing over. Maybe looking at this point turning and coming down told me that this 50 is not going to cross over and I'm going to go back down. I don't know. You know, it all happens so fast, so I just put it all together. All right? So that's how my 5, 20, and 50 EMA work. That's the exponential moving average exponential, however you want to say it. That's how I use it to look for buy signals, to look for sell signals, to look when to get in, to look when to get out, to look when to see, to monitor how on the 1 minute it's moving, whether it has wicks or not. Looking for the crossovers. That's how I use it. All right.